Welcome back. You're watching News X. I'm Uday Pratap Singh. Our big focus this hour. Protests are being held across the world to show solidarity to the victims of the Pahalgam terror attack. Indian diaspora in New Jersey has gathered to stage protests against the Pahalgam terror incident. Aditya Vadhavan is joining us for more on this story. Aditya, protests erupting in New Jersey as well?
Well, absolutely, Uday. We have seen the protests by the Indian community have been breaking out in several countries of the United States and also around across the globe. Considering the fact that the Indian protests against this cowardly and barbaric terror attack in Pahalgam. There have been protests in Copenhagen, Australia, now New Jersey. This will completely isolate the terrorist state Pakistan, because the Pakistani government is using terrorism as a state-sponsored policy, and it needs to be seen now that the entire globe is coming together with India to call out a bluff on the sinister Pakistani actions and the nefarious designs of the Pakistani established and ISI, and it needs to be seen here, it is very likely now here that Pakistan will be weakened at a global stage from here. Yes, to them.
All right. More breaking news meanwhile coming in. Indian community has taken out a protest rally over the Pahalgam terror incident in Frankfurt, Germany as well. Protesters are seen carrying posters of Pakistan's support to cross-border terrorism. Meanwhile, in Franconia, Germany, Indian community is standing in solidarity with victims of Pahalgam terror incident. The Mayor of Erlangen, Dr. Florian Janik, and Rami Boukhachem, the Chairman, Foreigners and Integration Advisory Board, are also present at this protest. Matpar Singh Negi, former United Nations staff, is joining us live. Matpar Singh Negi, from New Jersey to Frankfurt, protests against Pakistan erupting, protests calling them out for their support for terror. Interestingly, in this town in Germany, the mayor also present at this protest after the Pahalgam terror attack. Matpar Singh Negi, can you hear me? I don't think we have his connection. Okay, Aditya Vadhavan, why don't you give us more updates about this news from Germany, Aditya?
Absolutely, Uday. If you see, the protests against this cowardly terror attack in Pahalgam, due to this, the Indian community in Frankfurt is also protesting. Is protesting against the Pakistani actions. The Indian community there is in full anger, and we could see that all the Indian protesters and the Indian people, Indian community members were seen marching on the streets of Frankfurt, calling out these sinister Pakistani actions in full terms, and it is indeed it needs to be seen from here on how Pakistan is exposed on the global stage. If you see the local police was also seen stopping the Indian protesters in Frankfurt, but now the situation is that they have been openly protesting against the Pakistan, and we could expect the similar protest by Indian community in other countries also. Yes,
right. More breaking news, in fact, coming in now. Members of the Indian diaspora have gathered to pay homage to victims of the Pahalgam terror attack in Paris as protests are being held across the world to